getting a plate ready for Janmashtami, which is the birth of Lord Krishna. So yeah, just trying to keep, all the festivals, all these traditions alive. And I honestly can't take any credit for this. This is all her. She loves all traditions. The idea is to sort of keep the festivities going, whether it's for Christmas or Diwali or Holi or even Janmashtami.
Panjiri.
What's Panjiri in English?
I don't think Panjiri is anything in English. But if it closely resembles anything, it'll be like a sweet granola.
These guys over here are called Sabudana Tikki, which is basically sago patties. And the main component of Janmashtami is butter. And that's homemade butter, by the way. It looks amazing.
And I'm going to put some flowers in.
Jasmine flowers from our balcony. Super cool. Good job. Now we're just going to do a little puja, which is like a prayer, then eat. Actually, no, feed the god first and then eat. Alright guys, let's talk about the car now. I think I should show you the car first. The condition from the outside and inside. Then I'll walk you through what the price was and hold on. So let's see the interiors first. Alright, so this is it from the inside. Nice and clean. I'm pretty sure the previous owner, maintained it very well and it shows. I absolutely love the steering wheel. Yeah, like the dash panel is really cool, right? So there's just a tiny damage here. Nothing big. This is just cosmetic anyway. We didn't care about it. Okay, let's go outside. Let's go take a look at the exterior. Oh, I didn't talk about the kilometers. It was somewhere around 146. Yeah. This generation of Civics had this issue of faded paint. The faded paint is an issue on the trunk and on the roof as well. So yeah, that concludes the car tour. It runs like butter, dude. Like, truthfully, this was our first time driving a Civic ever. We were somewhat certain of the fact that we are going to go for a Japanese car, because if you are buying a used vehicle, it's just these guys last. We saw an ad on Kijiji, made a call, went and took a look at the car, and it was a no-brainer. It's Honda. The engineering is fantastic. You can't second guess before buying a Honda. Now let's talk about the price. The base price of the car was $4,900. So what we ended up paying was $58.50 Canadian dollars. So the $58.50 included everything. Taxes, licensing, obviously the license plate, the safety certification, 4 new all-season tires, and we got a 2-year powertrain warranty, which is like a warranty on the engine and transmission. So we got that as well included in the price, which is fantastic. All right, now the most important part. Now a word about our shop, okay? So it's this place called Hakin Used Car Sales Limited. So it's like a tiny, you saw the shop in the previous video. It's like a tiny used car shop on Queen Street in Toronto, and it's like almost like blink and you'll miss it. But absolutely fantastic service. It's a family-run shop. They've been in business for more than 30 years now. And Hakim and his son Zahid were absolutely fantastic. In fact, Hakim was, nice enough to actually take a test drive with us. Extremely patient, answered all our questions, didn't rush us, wasn't pushy at all. So Hakim's background is in automobile. They're not just selling cars to you. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're talking about. This segment is obviously not sponsored by them. But if you are on the lookout for a used car in the Greater Toronto area, I would highly, highly recommend Hakin Used Car Sales. I'm going to link up their address and stuff in the description. It was a very seamless experience. And Hakim and Zahid, thank you so much. Also, why am I forgetting things? They also give us 3 keys included in this price. So 2 with central locking and 1 valet key. And I know that a lot of dealers charge extra for this, and they didn't. So another great inclusion. Another thing, now this is funny. So they offered us green tea a couple of times. We were just completely teed and coffeeed out at that point. So here's what you do. So if you end up going there, ask them for a green tea. Tell them you heard about their special green tea on this channel. Also, given the fact that it is a 2007 car, the cabin is relatively quiet. Like right now the car's on and the AC is on as well, and it's quite peaceful, quite serene. And the AC is cold as ice, which is fantastic. That is officially the end of the car tour and review. We've come out for what I want to call Purshad exchange. You know, the stuff that we made at home for Janmashtami. We've come to exchange that for some kheer, which is rice pudding. Family. That's a little Costco haul.
Alright, so it's basically produce and masks and sanitizers.
But now that we have a car, we don't need to hoard. Not like we were hoarding anything, but it's easier.
Yeah, like we were hoarding for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now we don't need to.
All good.
Alright guys, so I know you've been waiting for this one for a while, and I've been waiting to talk to you guys about the math. Okay, so there are two scenarios here, okay? I'm going to read using my notes and I'm going to freeze this.
Put the picture up on somewhere here or here.
I think we'll put it here.
Oh, okay.
Where's the empty space on the frame?
I've given you empty space now. Good.
So scenario one is you buy a brand new car, okay? Average car payment per month is about $500. Average loan term is about 69 months, which is 5 to 6 years. By this trend, and when I say trend, it's like you're not gonna buy a new car right now and then once you're done using it, you're not gonna just go like, oh, I'm gonna switch to an old car. Chances are you will keep buying new cars. So by that trend, in 30 years, you'll be spending $180,000 on cars alone. Okay, that's scenario number one. I just want to clarify this amount, this is just car payments alone. This doesn't include your insurance, gas and your maintenance and parking, of course. Scenario two, you buy a used car, buy a fully paid off car. Let's just assume you don't have any savings at this point. So what you want to do is you want to save $500 per month for the next 10 months. And that's $5,000. And you buy yourself a used car. Make sure you buy a certified vehicle. You don't know what you'll end up spending on. Okay, so with this 500 per month, now again, I'm not a financial advisor, of course. I'm learning along the way, but this is what I've researched and I want to share it right away. So instead of paying that 500 per month on the car, if you put that money in an investment account at a measly 6%, and if you do that for 30 years, so $500 per month for the next 30 years at 6% return, I'll tell you what that amount is. It is $489,765.46, approximately $490,000 at the end of 30 years only through car payments. And if you invest this at say 8%, you are looking at about $709,000 again at the end of 30 years. And the next one is my favorite, okay? If you get a 10% return on your investment, which by the way has been the average for S&P 500 over the last 10 years, $500 for 30 years at 10% is $1,040,000. What? So here's the point. So you're essentially a millionaire at the end of 30 years by saving on your car payments, on new car payments. What? And again, these are averages. You can work the math out with whatever car you were planning on buying. Say it was 20,000 or 50,000. So yeah, I mean, look, you can spend money on new cars. At the end of 30 years, you'll be spending say 180 on new cars, or you can be a millionaire by investing that money. So, you know, quite frankly, our broader idea was to not get into, you know, the monthly car payment situation. Oh my God. But when we dug in a bit deeper, we realized that this is, why don't you just go with the truck? Okay. We realized that it's more of a vicious circle, right? Like, and here's the thing, you know, when we even started looking into even new cars or used cars, the fact is that it's super easy to walk into a dealership and buy a new car. But when it comes to a used car, you have to put in the time, research. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's much easier in this country to buy a new car. Like, you don't need good credit. They just say, we'll approve anyone. No money in the bank, okay, no worries. Bad credit, no credit, we'll approve anyone. If you think a little deeper about this, why is it that I can go to a new car dealership with nothing in my pocket and drive a fancy, shiny new car from the lot? There's something off about that. And again, I do want to reiterate that, this is what worked for us. I'm not making any suggestions. Your needs, your preferences, your family situation might be different. If you are a millionaire and watching this, obviously it doesn't apply to you. But if for someone that's starting out, their saving journey, and this is the advice that I would give to my younger self. With that said, yes, you do compromise on the new car smell, but you can get a good perfume. Okay? Alright guys, this was our little car story. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Let me know your thoughts, and if you do end up going to Hakin used car sales, remind them to serve you green tea and tell them you heard about the green tea from Sahil. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to close this vlog right here, and I'll see you super soon. Thank you. Bye. Why don't you just go with the truck?